today's video is for you if you are a professional and you have been struggling to ask for a raise. You have been struggling to ask for a promotion, and you have been in your role for a very long time, and somehow you're not able to figure out what can you do to overcome this problem. You've seen other people ascend, and you are struggling to figure out why this is not happening to me. If that's who you are, this is for you. And I'll tell you where the idea behind this video is coming from. In fact, I was going back and looking at some of my recordings from earlier workshops, and there was a specific segment I saw, because I'm trying to see if I can get all my videos from my archives and put them here on my channel. So that's what the idea. So I was scanning through and I came across this whole presentation. And at the end of this presentation, people walking up to me and asking me questions like, what should I say in my next one-on-one? Is there a technique that I can influence my manager to get me some more money? And all that. So the presentation was about influence and persuasion. There were some techniques I was teaching, and my constant answer and my consistent answer on that video is no, there is nothing you can say specifically to move the needle, because you have been framed, you have been perception framed. They already know who you are. They have been, it's very difficult to make the change, at least. And then the conversation goes in a whole different direction when I was answering them. But here is what I found out. And these are specifically 5 specific things I want to share on this video that I have heard from people when they were asking me this question on how to get a raise and how to get, and their underlying belief system that was controlling them, and why they couldn't. They could have, but they did not. And why my seminar or a workshop or the stage or that room is what triggered them to, okay, something is wrong, let me do something about it. Or maybe I need to know something from this guy so that I can go and fix my situation. I don't know why they had to wait for that. I don't want you to wait for this. And I want you to start questioning. The idea is that once you go through this, I want you to identify yourself with one or two of these situations. Towards the end of this video, I'll share with you the one that I have personally, with the one that I have identified myself with over the years. Okay, so let's get into this. The first and the foremost is the belief is I should be grateful for whatever I have. Okay, and that's the reason why I did not really go and talk about this to my boss or to my management. Okay, so I should be grateful to whatever I have. So this specific belief comes from a scarcity mindset. So I'm lucky to have whatever I have. I shouldn't be going and asking anything. Why? Because the root cause for this belief is the fear of loss. What if I lose whatever I have? See, gratitude is amazing. Everybody should be grateful. Okay, to whatever. We all are grateful for whatever we have. But at the same time, we shouldn't drop our ambitions just because we are grateful. So gratitude and ambition you can't blur that line. That's as a professional, as somebody who is seeking prominence and dominance in the field that you are in, you cannot blur that line at all. So that's the first thing that I've encountered. The second thing is, if I deserve it, then I will get it. If I deserve it. You see that? That's an incredible belief. This is again, this whole belief is rooted in this thing called passive recognition myth. Okay, that's the best way to put it. Passive recognition myth. I want recognition, but I'm passive about it. Okay. My work should speak for itself. I shouldn't be talking about it. Okay, great, awesome. So this level, the root for this belief is the upbringing, is the conditioning, been told to you by your parents, by your teachers, by the society in which, or social norms through which you are raised. Performance is important. That is the truth. Performance is important. At the same time, you need visibility. Visibility matters. You got to put yourself, nobody's coming and speaking for you. You got to put yourself and tell people that, okay, I deserve this. Okay. Then the third thing that I've heard is I'm not ready. And I'm not ready because, again, I need to prepare, I need to get some certifications, and I heard all these things. I'm not ready. Bottom line, I'm not ready. And this again, this lends itself into what we now know as the imposter syndrome. Okay. And again, this goes back to why this is happening. Again, this has to do with conditioning. Early on, you are told you need to be a high performer, high achiever. You are not. So you need to prepare. And the preparation is on. And you are now 40, 50, 60, doesn't matter. Whatever age you are in, you're still preparing. Okay. The reality is this. Promotions happen once you, promotions happen on your ability. The people see that you have the ability and they promote you. And most of the growth, most of the learning happens as you do the job once you're promoted. Most of the times. So it's not the job that you do upfront that you get promoted. So this is shift in the thinking that I wanted to look into this, and I wanted to bring that shift in your thinking. You get the job and then you perform and you learn as you're performing. Okay. Then I've also heard people say, what if I'm rejected? I'll go ask, but what if they say no? And this again has to do with, because I will be rejected and there's a possibility that I'll be rejected, I'll not talk. The root here is that I will avoid that conversation. So most people avoid the conversation because they fear that they'll be rejected. And this is again, leaders, as a leader, all of, if not, pretty much 9 out of 10 people I ever spoken to, they said, no, I want to be a leader. Okay, fine. So one of the styles, okay, of a leader, if not all, but as a leader, you should be negotiating, you should be demanding, you should be asking. Okay, so that's where I'm going with this. So it's given. It's given. If somebody is expecting you to lead, then they're expecting you to negotiate, and they are expecting you to ask. So it's one of the requirements of the profession. Okay. Then I've heard people say, this is not my place to ask. Okay, I don't want to be aggressive. I don't want to ruin my relationships by asking. Heard all that. Again, this is social. This is the cultural teaching. The culture has taught you to be silent, and the culture has taught you to paint yourself to the corner of the room. I don't know, the society, when you were raised, the society normalized all these things to a point where you don't feel yourself significant enough. And this was never about you, this was about them and the world, whatever. Okay. So the bottom line is this. Okay. Fair compensation does two things. It raises your equitable value, and it also instills confidence in you. Okay. So you should be asking, demanding, positioning, and having conversations on your growth all the time. Okay. That all said, let me ask you this. Did you identify with any one or two of these beliefs? The one that I have always identified myself is the first one, which is I should be grateful for whatever I have, and always, and that lends itself into scarcity mindset. And I will tell you that I always blurred the line between gratitude and ambition. Still, I struggle with it. So that's my consistent and constant pursuit, to keep these two things separate. I promise you this. I want, whenever that line gets blurred and it becomes invisible to me, I'll come back to this video. I'll learn from myself. That's how deeply I feel about this. Okay. So if you're with me until now, so do me a favor, write a comment. Let me know which one you identify yourself with. And that'll help me so that I know that somebody's watching. So I see the views, but I don't know how far somebody watched the video, or at least I don't go see the analytics, but I should be. I don't. I just record, I publish, I forget. But if you make a comment, I come back and I do respond to all the comments here. If you like the video, then it's going to kind of boost the algorithm. I can reach more people. But if you do subscribe, then I'm with you pretty much every day. I produce one video every day, so that's my cadence. And that's all for now. Wherever you are, be safe and stay positive, and I'll be talking to you as early as tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.